Why your brother wanted you to move?
Not my mom.
Or your mom?
Yeah, not cause like
I was over there getting into shit being bad.
Yeah, all right. So I can talk about it now because I'm
right.
free and clear tax-paying citizen. But like, I was on the run when I first moved to Charlotte. You feel me? Like, I was on the run for like 8 years.
What?
Like,
yeah. I'm glad I want your bondsman. I would have been mad as heck.
I wasn't even out on bond. They let me out on my own reconnaissance.
What?
Yeah, but what happened was they tried, like, I had a dirty cop arrest me. He ended up, like, losing his job and had charges brought against him and shit. But, like, I had a dirty cop that arrested me and shit. And, like, they were trying to hit me like 20 years. Yeah. See, what? Oh, hold on. Let me get some shit together. We'll reapproach this and shit.
Cuzn T, we making move. We just might go and make the news. Brand new episode every week. Yeah, we dropping heat. Got a 7 with the juicy questions. This unfiltered tea. When you sit up on this couch, you been just like some family. There go Boo behind the scenes. He's securing everything.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Goddess 7, and this is Cuzn T Podcast. Today's guest, y'all, he's an artist. He's an amazing host. He's also the CEO of IOE Entertainment LLC. Prophasee in the building with your motherfucking favorite cousin. Prophasee, what's going on tonight?
What's going on, cuz? You already know, man. I'm happy to be here. Every day is a blessing, and I appreciate being here, yo. What's going on? It's your boy. It's your guy, the one and only Prophasee, in the building.
Yeah. Thank you for pulling up on your favorite motherfucking cousin now.
Hell yeah. I've been trying to get on the podcast for a couple months, for real. So, once everything came through and we connected, I was in there.
Right. I seen him at the event, y'all. I was like, yo, I got to get you on my podcast. You got a lot going on in the city. He was like, yeah, I'm coming through, sis. So he here. So, okay. You told me earlier that you originally from D.C.
Southside got a baby from Southeast D.C. Shout out to the DMV because I spent hella time in PG County. So, Suitland, Oxon Hill, Maryland, Charles County. But I'm from Southeast D.C., baby. Shout out to Washington Commanders. We out here. Oh, my God.
What about that go-go music? You was listening to go-go music?
I grew up listening to go-go music.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I heard it. My first time hearing go-go music, was when I moved to Charlotte and they played, the go-go band.
Yeah.
I can't think of that name. They from D.C., but they was good. I think Backyard.
Backyard is original. Like, I grew up on Backyard. Shout out to Backyard band for sure.
How far you was from the White House?
DC ain't but 10 square miles in itself, so you're never too far from the White House if you live there. But closest I lived was maybe 15 blocks.
Okay.
So you go 4 blocks from the White House, you in the hood, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how old was you when you left DC?
I left the DMV area and came to Charlotte 8 years ago. I left DC high school. My mother was like, we not having that shit, so send me out Charles County. But then I ended up back in DC. But I came out here 2016.
Why your brother wanted you to move?
Not my mom.
Or your mom?
Yeah, cause
I was over there getting into shit being bad.
Yeah, all right. So I can talk about it now because I'm free and clear tax-paying citizen. But I was on the run when I first moved to Charlotte. You feel me? I was on the run for 8 years.
What? I'm glad I want your bondsman. I would have been mad as heck.
I wasn't even out on bond. They let me out on my own reconnaissance.
What?
Yeah, but what happened was they tried, I had a dirty cop arrest me. He ended up, losing his job and had charges brought against him and shit. But, I had a dirty cop that arrested me and shit. And, they were trying to hit me 20 years. Yeah. See, what? Oh, hold on. Let me get some shit together. We'll reapproach this and shit.
Right. Bitch, I'll be back. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, some bullshit happened. Yeah. I got bagged and ended up. But, everything for a reason, you feel me? Yo, the first fucking lawyer they gave me, the first public defender they gave me, hadn't even worked at the public defender's office for a year. Let alone, not been there. A whole year since she had even been at the public defender's office. So I ended up getting this guy who had just left one of the top law firms in Charlotte 3 months prior. So we ended up we got off with time served. They got one. They gonna get theirs. They said, listen, we could fight it and they might drop everything, but if they don't, you're looking at 5 years. Or you could cop out now. No, hell no. I did 8 months before I copped out and shit. It was or you can cop out You know, cop out to a misdemeanor possession charge, time served, and go home today. I said, oh, y'all got one. Send me home. Yeah, I did it. I'm done. Let me out.
Okay. So growing up in DC, what was that like for you? Like, what's your story like, Prophasee, before you became this Prophasee?
Yeah, because I was wild, man. So, growing up because I grew up in between DC and Peachtree County. I bounced around a lot. But like growing up in that area, yo, like I was a straight A student early on. Like, give me an intelligence test, I'll pass that shit all day. But like books and school, like that's just not for people like me. But you know, knowing what I know now, I wish I had approached it a different way. But like, I got infatuated with the streets early. Like all my cousins was thugs, was in the streets. My big brother was like that nigga out there for real, and Atlantic City and shit. So like, I got infatuated with the streets early. Like I was out there. Like we did our first kick door at like 12. Like we was skipping school, breaking in houses.
12 years old, kicking that shit.
Yo, like.
That's why your
it's
mama
nothing
wanted
that
you
I'm
up out
proud
of
of
it, I
now.
can see.
You feel me? It's nothing that I'm
Yeah.
proud of now. But like I've been there, done all that shit from an early age. Like before I was trapping, I was robbing. Like niggas was trying to sell a little. I was robbing niggas trapping before I started trapping. So like.
Is that case what made you want to change your life?
All right, so yes and no. Whole time, the charge that really made me want to change my life is it's all drug charges and shit. But
You look like a little goody two shoes too. You over there getting in the shit back
yeah,
then.
and that's why I am how I am now. So I'm so happy go lucky. Like I used to be an angry person and shit. You feel me? But, like I was locked up my first Father's Day. You feel me? And that really fucked me up and shit. So I was like, all right, now we gotta do something different. Like I got locked up. First time I got locked up 2 weeks before my first professional fight. Like I was boxing and shit, man. So like that changed the trajectory of everything. You feel me? I was an undercard at Ballard's Casino. I was living in Atlantic City and shit. So, but everything for a reason. You feel me? I wouldn't be the man that I am now. I wouldn't have the mission that I have now. Like everything really kind of just made me into who I am. So yeah. Anyway, I say I got infatuated with the streets early. I've always had a lot of charisma and charm. Like shit's always come easy. So, like, goddamn, the first time somebody fronted me some weed, like my cousin fronted me some weed, like shit just started jumping from there. Like I didn't look back for a long time, like a long time. Like it got to a point where like when I was in Atlantic City, like I was copping like 4 or 5 pounds a week and selling all that shit hand over hand. Like I wasn't selling nothing higher than a half.
Yeah.
So I was getting it.
Living your best life.
Yeah, like I was never no kingpin or nothing, but like I was getting
Right.
it at one
But
point.
you done changed your life. That's all that matters. But yeah, you got your story now.
Yeah, you feel me? Like been there, done that shit. Like
So let me ask you this: boxing. Is boxing like karate as far as like, okay, in karate they teach you like when you outside of this class, like you can't be using your skills.
yeah,
on
you're not
people.
supposed to. Like once you start training in the gym, you're not supposed to use that shit. First off, you're not supposed to be the aggressor ever. Once you start any type of martial art, and boxing in itself is a martial art, you're not supposed to be the aggressor. That's one of the first things they teach you. All of it, for however offensive it is used for defense, unless you in tournament. But outside of that shit, it's supposed to be for defense. So like, and then once you register, like you can get charged with use of a deadly weapon. So yeah, you're not supposed
So
to.
you gotta keep calm.
Yeah, but that's why I've been a fighter. Like before I was boxing, I was in taekwondo and judo and shit. I tell niggas like, we not finna street fight. I hope you don't think this gonna be a street fight, nigga. Like,
Well, I
you
ain't
better
got time to
train.
play. I know how to fight.
Listen, I fight. I'm geek. I'm
Right.
geek. Lil.
Right.
So I really like. That's why I'll be so non-confrontational now. Yeah,
Right.
like I will play the bitch in any scenario as long as you don't put your hands on me. Like, I don't care what nobody got to say. My bad, player. Oh, I step on your shoe. Let me get that. My bad. Everything good. Just don't put your hand. I be.
Yeah,
I be
that's
losing
why
my
they say
shit.
you can't judge a book by the cover. Cause when I see you outside, you be like calm, cool, and collective. I would have never known your ass was a goddamn boxer.
Listen, I'm the first person to try and de-escalate any situation, yo. Like I believe like shit don't really need violence, but I also believe that if 2 men can't solve a problem with words, we should be able to box that shit out, and I can pick you up and go on by that motherfucking day. But Niggas is bitches now. That's another conversation.
Okay. So you mentioned you was in jail on Father's Day. So how many kids you got?
One.
How old is your child?
15.
15? Okay, boy, girl.
Boy, got a little man. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, it's my little mini me, man.
Okay. What do you think about your music journey?
Oh man, he's a fan. He's been a fan from the beginning. Like I got pictures of him as a toddler in the studio, so like he's been a fan.
Is he into music?
Yeah. I mean, not like me. Like he's not trying to be an artist or anything.
Okay.
He has his own journey. He's an athlete and shit. Like,
what he do?
Plays football, basketball, track. Like I had him when I was in the best shape of my life. Like when I was boxing and shit. That's when I had him and shit. So like, little super baby.
Okay. So 11 years ago, you was Russell the Prophasee. What made you take the Russell off and just become Prophasee?
Ooh, one was because I felt like Russell the Prophasee was just a lot to say. You feel me? It was a lot to have people look up. It was a lot to write
Russell,
down.
your real name?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And also, there is a separation between Russell and Prophasee. Prophasee is more or less the embodiment of the man that I'm working on being. You feel me? The man that's called to the mission. Russell is, very much the human vessel here. You feel me? So while I'm working on improving both, it's not that I try to keep them separate, but they are very much separate entities within the one vessel. So.
Okay. Prophasee or alter ego?
Prophasee is not so much an alter ego as much as the higher consciousness.
Okay, we're going to talk about that later too, because I seen that part of you. Okay. So how long have you actually been doing music?
Oh, Jesus. I'm 36. I'll be 37 in March. Since I was like 9 is when I first got interested. My best friend in soccer and his brother Bakari was rapping in the basement and shit, like freestyling. That was the first time I seen people like do that shit in my face and shit. So I was like, oh, I like that. Like before that, I listened to rap and shit, but then around like around like 14, my best friend Traven, first person I seen that was like nice at that shit. And I'm talking about we only 14. And like even like now, like if I had meet a 14-year-old that's like that now, boy was nice. So I've really been taking it serious since about 18 is when me and somebody I was working with, my homeboy C, we kind of got our first like offer before Rick Ross was with Maybach Music. He was still with BMF and shit. But it was a horrible.
Y'all got an offer from Maybach?
yeah. We had an offer from BMF, to be clear. Not Maybach.
BMF. Okay.
It's before Maybach Music. I said I was young. I was like 18 at this time. It was a deal for like $80K, but horrible 360 deal, sitting niggas on the shelf. We ain't really know what to do with that. So like that shit passed. And I've had opportunities like over the years. Like I worked with Anwar's brother, Most Def brother Anwar. We worked at fucking Universal Bad Boys Def Jam Studio. Like I've been taking it serious since like 18, but I rebranded around like 2028. And 2021 got the LLC for IOE. So like it's been a journey. Like I used to be in a group called GFA. Like that shit had potential. We should have went far with that, but.
So what made you say, you know what, I'm about to go on and take this thing serious?
I think somewhere along the line I realized that like I had a real gift for this. Like there are things that I'm really good at, and then there are things that I just like really have a gift for. And I had a real gift for it. Like I really only rap because I'm good at that shit. Like my favorite music to write is like country music, for real. Like I write a lot of pop music. I got R&B music. I have so much R&B.
So the
music.
country songs be like sitting at home with my Budweiser.
Nah.
With my pickup truck, got Molly in the back. She popping that.
Nah. Like when I say like I write like
country music,
real
though.
like country songs and shit.
I love country music.
But, like, yo, the shit it's in me. You feel me? It's in me. Like it's times where I wake up on my sleep because I had lyrics in my head and I gotta put that shit down. Like, and it's not just music. Like it's writing and art and entertainment. Period. Like it almost never stops. You feel me? Like I have scenes or like parts of stories or lyrics or just conversations. Like the shit never stops. Like the dialogue never stops. And at some point in time, I'll be able to get all that shit out, and then we'll be good. But I heard something like die empty. Like as an artist, you should die empty. Like get all that shit out. So, yeah, that shit hit me deep. I was like, damn. So like I take shit serious because I love it.
So when you started taking it seriously, like what's something you start doing different?
Something I need to get back to doing. I started reading a lot. When I really started looking at it as more than just the art, like I really decided I want to be great at this as an artist. I started reading more. I started reading newspapers, more books, magazines. Didn't really matter what it was. If it had words, I was reading it. And all it does is just constantly like expands your vocabulary and shit and keeps your mind in that kind of motion. So I started doing that. I stopped being so arrogant. You feel me? I stopped being that, oh, I'm the best artist in the room, and I started looking for people that I felt were better. And once I started doing that, I started coming across a lot of people that I was like, shit. Like, all right, let me step my shit up. But like, fortunately for me, I'm the type of person that like, when I find somebody that's better, I step my shit up. That shit don't do nothing but raise my level. So like now, it's to the point where it's like, I love seeing other good artists. I'm geeked about seeing other good artists. Like there's other artists in a cipher. Oh my god, the better the artist in the cipher, the harder I'm gonna go. That's for sure. So like, when I started taking it serious, I started treating it like almost everything like homework. Like this shit gotta be work. The fun will come later. This shit gotta be work if you really want to be great at it. So.
Okay. What advice would you give to any cousins right now that's just starting in their music career? Maybe they done wrote some shit down and they trying to get started, or they might be like in their first year of doing it.
Just keep going. Like real shit. Like I would love to give y'all some deep advice, but the truth of the matter is, it doesn't really matter how talented you are without the discipline and consistency. And that's why I'm 37, and despite all the talent I have, I'm really just figuring out how to make the moves I need to be making. Like being consistent, being consistent will get you in the doors talent can't. Networking, don't be too proud. Like don't be so good that you're not willing to acknowledge and appreciate other people that are good, like including people that have shit to offer. Like and accept criticism. Like accept people, like keep people around you that tell you, yo, nah, that's not it. Like recognize motherfuckers that's hating, but don't like always have people around you that's like, oh yeah, that shit was fire. It's gonna serve you no purpose. It's gonna serve you no purpose. And
Somebody that's gonna tell you the truth.
Yo, you need people like that around you.
Like that shit was good, but this part right here you could have did different.
You could have did, yo, and like be willing to accept that shit. And, like, be willing to keep getting better. Like if you really like, you gotta decide what you want from this shit. Like I think that's really important too. Like everybody ain't meant to be Jordan, LeBron, Kobe. You feel me? That's not everybody. Like it's a bunch of Jason Terrys and Jason Kidds out here. Like there's levels to this shit, and like being aware of where you are, accepting that shit. Like all right, I know my shit, fire, but I've been competition after competition after competition, and like I see that these people got this and got that. That's fine. There's billions of people on this planet, yo. There's millions upon hundreds of million people in this country. Like, there's a lane for everybody. There's money for everybody. The internet makes the world super small. Don't let oversaturation discourage you from shit. Just keep being original in your own shit.
Mm-hmm.
I could really keep going on as well,
Right.
but just keep going.
Okay, that was some good advice. Okay, your first performance. You remember where that was at?
Gosh,
And how was the first performance for you?
my first performance. I think my first performance was in DC at Island Cafe, and I was performing with my group GFA the whole time. Like, I think I've done like school performances and shit like that, but we're not gonna count that like my first like real like
Mm-hmm.
outside performance and shit. And it was great. I mean, by this point though, I knew that I liked being on stage. I knew I liked the bright lights and shit like that. I knew I liked being like front and center, star of the show. But that first time performing, like, I love that shit. I love that shit.
So you weren't nervous at all?
I'm always nervous.
You was?
I'm always nervous.
What's your nervous feel like?
My nervous feels exactly like excited, which is why I'm always nervous, and then I remind myself that nervous and excited have the exact same symptoms. You're only nervous when you're scared to do something, but when it's something you love, you're actually excited. But we're always used to telling ourselves that we're nervous. So, but the nerves always do kick in. That's the first thing that happens. But that's only because I love this shit. And then I'm like, all right, we're not really nervous, we're excited.
Okay. How long did it take you to go do your first performance after you started like really getting into the music?
I mean, really not that long. Once I started recording, I mean, definitely within like the first year. Definitely within the first year once I started recording. Because I was doing my own shit for like a year or so before I started doing some shit with my brodies. And then once we started doing shit, like we started getting out there. So definitely within a year. Maybe like 8 months.
Okay. Now you are a great lyricist. Like you're definitely a dope lyricist. It's a lot of good rappers, but it's not a lot of good lyricists.
I appreciate
like,
that. Claim me, accept that.
Yeah. Were you always a good lyricist, or is that something that came over time?
No, I've always been a lyricist. Like, I mean, like, truth is, I've always been one of the smartest people in the room. Like, I was the kind of kid that didn't like doing classwork because holler at me on Friday, I ace this test, and like let me go on by my business. Like, whole point of this is for me to show you that I know how to do the work. Here you go, I know how to do the work. So like, even from a young age, like they had to put me in higher classes. I was in tag and shit. So like, being an intelligent person plays a lot into being a lyricist. And like,
I was gonna ask you, do you think like you reading the books?
It definitely helps. Lil Wayne is a word major.
Did you like Lil Wayne growing up? Cause he a dope lyricist too.
Hell yeah. Used to love Lil Wayne up to like the Carter 3. But then he stopped being an artist and he started being a just pure rapper. He's still the best rapper. Period. When that man decided to pick up a mic,
he the best rapper.
Kendrick+More is one of the best artists. Period. But when you just come to pure rapping, just words, like the shit ain't gotta make like any kind of like.
What about J. Cole? Cause he a good lyricist.
J. Cole is an amazing artist, but like you gotta separate artists from rappers. Like,
okay, what's the difference from an artist and a rapper?
Eminem's a rapper. You feel me? It ain't nobody wants smoke with Eminem rapping. Lil Wayne don't want smoke with Eminem rapping because Lil Wayne don't battle. Outside of Eminem, nobody holds a candle to Lil Wayne rapping. But when it comes to making songs with continuity and shit that means something and has some meaning in the art, yeah, Cole and Kendrick are head and shoulders above the game.
So what separates a great artist from a great rapper?
Meaning. That's really the biggest separation. Like, what the fuck did that mean? Did you just give me 16 bars of just shit I can repeat? Shit was like, oh, that's a bar. Or did you give me a song? Was there something that I got from this Like, be it a story, be it a lesson, even if it's just a fucking club song, shake your ass, like, where there's some continuity in the fucking verses. Like, there's plenty of...
So who would be considered a great rapper other than the people?
Other than, like, look, all these niggas is great rappers. Nah, like, to be honest, like, most of these artists out now is great rappers.
Who would you say is a great artist?
Outside of fucking J. Cole, Kendrick+Lamar, like mainstream and shit, like, god damn, it's not enough. There's people like fucking Tech Nine and Lil Russell and fucking...
I was
like,
just gonna say, what you think about Lil Russell?
I think Lil Russell the best thing that happened to the game in so long.
I like Lil Russell. He's doing something different from
definitely
California.
modeled a lot of my business shit after what he's done. So, yeah. But I strive to be an artist and not a rapper. Like you say that Glorilla, how she's versatile and shit. She's definitely grown from a rapper into an artist. I said I write fucking gospel music, R&B music, pop music, rock music. And not about to call me a rapper. Oh, but I know most of these niggas, all they can do is rap.
Right.
You ask them to get out there and freestyle, and they gonna stumble over all that shit. You ask them to give you, write you some shit like a fucking R&B song, they gonna stumble over that shit.
That kind of go back to like what we was talking about off camera. Like I could say like, okay, how we was talking about how Glorilla gonna have longevity.
Yeah.
I would think with an artist and a rapper, now that I'm thinking about it, that's probably what separate them too. Like the rappers don't last for generations. The artists do.
You can't name an artist with longevity. Lil Wayne himself was a artist for a long time first. Eminem, an artist for a long time first. Just so happens that now these niggas is just rap.
Right. What tips can you give to Cuzn about becoming a great lyricist?
Honestly, just approach it as a craft. Like, it's a hobby until you start making money. So, like, are you going to keep it as a hobby, or is it something that you want to make money from? Is it something you're going to take serious? If it's something you're going to take serious, then do the work. Like, fucking read. Be around lyricists. Your network is your net worth. If you hang around ball players all day, then you should probably be a fucking ball player. If you hang around accountants all day, then like you should probably be good at fucking numbers. But if you want to be good at lyrics and being a good fucking lyricist and a good artist, then surround yourself with more. Like that goes back to the whole, you gotta humble yourself. You gotta be humble despite how good you may think you are, how good you may actually be. You gotta humble yourself. Like surround yourself with people that you can admire. Like I admire the artists that I hang around. Like as lyricists, as writers, as artists, like I admire them. So that's why I'm around them.
Okay. Hey cousins, it's your girl Goddess7, and listen, this commercial break is actually sponsored by me. Y'all make sure y'all go to Amazon and get this manifestation journal. 369 21-day manifestation journal. I'm gonna help you manifest all of your dreams, everything that you're inspiring. I'm gonna help you get there. I'm gonna guide you in this journal. Make sure y'all go check out Amazon Prime. The link is in the description. Go get your journal. Okay, so do you have a team behind you right now, or it's just yourself?
It's not just me, but nah, a team would be awesome to have. I got like 1 or 2 people. But nah, I'm working on that though. That is one of the things that I'm working on is building a team.
Okay. What would one of those 2 people pay? Like, what would their positions be to help y'all get to where you're going?
Oh God, I can tell you most of the positions that I need the whole time. I need an engineer. I had one, but he moved back to DC. My boy Wallace. But like whole time, like, and let's get this understood too. The concept of building a team. Is nobody's getting paid until somebody gets paid so we can pay everybody. So like oh yeah, I can do that, but I need this. Like I don't have that. That's the whole reason I'm coming to you with this conversation. So one, it's hard to build a team. Like you gotta get to a certain point before people even believe in you enough to be like, oh yeah, I want. Like if I had like engineer, so I can go and boom, knock off songs I need. Videographer, so I can get these videos shot and shit. Somebody like that's just only job is just help market and promote. You feel me? Somebody is connected and networking and getting shows and shit like that. Like people that ready to play their part, like believe in the product, i.e. me. Having a money person would be awesome.
Okay. So, what type of people are you looking for right now? Like, what positions you want? They need to. You said the cameraman, the videographer, the engineer.
I low key have a videographer, but it's not shooting like rap videos is what he does. I want somebody that's like does that. I would love to have like somebody who just does that videography. That's what they do. Engineer. Somebody who's I guess more management, but like Ash Humbun does a lot. Like she does a lot for me. So I do have one person that does a lot, but we just need a few more people. Make shit pop.
Okay. So what advice can you give the Cuzns as far as finding people to build a team? Like what should they be looking for in your opinion from these people?
Alright, so I honestly believe like part of my problem finding the team that I need is like I'm not from here. And like cause when I was back home, like building that team was a lot easier. But to answer that question, start with the people that's already there. Like, don't go looking outside trying to like cultivate the talents of the people that's already in your circle. You already got somebody that's good behind a camera. Maybe they're not great yet. All right, well, let's invest some money into little Cuz, get them the camera and shit. We'll build that shit up as we go. You got somebody that know how to make beats and can engineer. All right, well, boom. Like, invest into the people that's around you first and foremost. Like, shit, maybe somebody don't have that skill, but they have the willingness to learn it. You can go to school and learn how to be an engineer. Invest in people around you that support you. It's not about the people that you're looking for. It's about the people that are showing you that they want to be there. Like, that's the most important thing. And then two, you just kind of gotta be patient and like find your tribe. The vibe will always find your tribe, but that shit don't happen on your time. So.
Right. Okay. So earlier we was talking about lyricism. So when it comes to lyricism or social media presence, like which do you think is more important in today's society?
Social media presence. And I hate to say it. No. To be honest, being good at your craft. Goddamn. I'm trying to find a way to honestly answer this question.
Whatever the first thing come to your mind.
The honest answer is you really don't have to be overly talented at this shit. Like, if you just want to get on and make some money, like to have the longevity and to be great at it, yes, you have to be talented, you have to take it seriously and shit like that. But this shit is less art now and more of a business. And there's a formula, and you can tell there's a formula because everybody's using it and everybody sounds the same in almost every lane. There's a formula. You can follow the formula. You can put the money behind you. You can do the right things on social media, and you can make some money.
What would be doing the right things on social media?
Oh shit! If I knew that, my social media. I knew the right things to do. No. Truth is, unless you like, I'm an analog person. This digital shit it's not foreign to me. It's just, it feels abrasive. I'm having a hard time like really adjusting to that shit. But the truth is consistency with posting. Like, you really want to be on this shit, be consistent, like every day. The more posts, like you honestly can't post enough, because the truth is your algorithm doesn't show all your posts to all of your followers anyway. So you post 15 times a day, every day for 100 days. I guarantee you'll have some type of traction if you have some type of draw. Like, there has to be some type of draw. Like, your talent has to have something. Have a dance, have a catchy hook, have that one hit wonder, no matter what it is. But if you got a consistency with that, they are showing you. It's right here in your face, plain as day.
Mm-hmm.
The work will get you there. It's not about the talent anymore. There's talented people, and there will always be the few that break the mold and shit like that. But talent ain't gonna be what gets you in the door.
Mm-hmm.
It's that work. You gotta show them numbers, and you good to go.
Right.
So.
Okay. So, what do you love most about being an artist?
Damn. Honestly, what I love most about being an artist is the reaction I give when people love my art. Like, there's a lot whole time. There's a lot of times where I write something and I look at it objectively and I'm like, damn, like that shit's hard, and that's the best feeling. But I love performing in front of people. I love people appreciating the art, and not just for appreciating me. Like, there is a selfish aspect to it. Like, yeah, for sure, I love the limelight. I love people like, oh, Prophasee is fire, for sure. But I also just love people appreciating the art. Like, it's why I will forever and always be an artist. Even if I'm only ever an artist, I'm only ever appreciated by other artists. I've been told for most of my career, you're too lyricist, you rap too fast. You're too lyrical, you rap too fast. You need to slow down, dumb it down. And I've tried that shit and it just don't work for me. So I have learned to adapt a little more and a little better to the times and shit, because I've heard my shit's outdated, and alright, I'll accept that, but fuck that, my shit fire. That's one thing you can't tell me, is that shit fire. So
You might think it's outdated, but it's still fire.
yeah, and if you ever see me perform, you already know what time it is. Like, I go up, like, live, like, I'm the new T.I. Who got a flow in a live show better than mine? Like,
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay. So IOE Entertainment LLC. Can you talk to the Cuzns about your business, like what you guys do, and how did you get started with that business?
IOE till I DIE, Intelligence Over Emotions. All right, Intelligence Over Emotions. First off, it started from something my cousin Eddie told me. Shout out to my cousin Eddie. I was having a breakdown over some shit. I know what it was. I'm not gonna get into it too deep though. But at that point in time, like, me and my son's mother, we didn't have a great relationship and shit. And like, I was really fucking going through it, because like, I hadn't been like seeing or talking to my kid for a while. So I was having a real emotional moment. And my cousin like just pulled me aside and shit. And he was like, yo, big cousin shit, whole lot of deep, profound shit that really hit me. And then he was like, yo, listen, nigga, intelligence over emotions. Like, you know what the fuck you need to do. You one of the smartest people I know, nigga. Why the fuck are you letting your emotions run you? And I'm a emotional person. For whichever
your birthday,
reason,
you a Cancer.
I was gonna get that too. Like, for whatever reason, you can say it's because I'm a Pisces. You can say it's because I was raised by a single mom. You can say it's because most of the cousins that I grew up with are girls. Most of my friends were female. Like, call it what you want. I can be an overly emotional person. I'm a person. I'm allowed to be emotional, goddammit. But I've also learned as a man, I need to learn to regulate my emotions. And so, like, for whatever reason, him telling me that just stuck with me so hard. Like, right in that moment, I was like, yo, I'm never gonna forget that. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna run with that, because that has to be how I live my life, because I am such an emotional person. And as a male, being overly emotional never turns out good in any situation. So I have to live by intelligence over emotions. I have to allow my logic to override my emotions. And only up until a few months ago did I even get good at that shit. So now, today, I'm so much farther down the road than I was.
What's some techniques you use to get you to this point?
Honestly, there are no techniques. There's no techniques. There's no secret to any of this shit. It's all a fucking choice. What the fuck you gonna choose to do? It is all choice. There's no secret to it. Blessings and miracles happen, but sitting around and waiting for that shit is stupid. They don't happen every day, and they don't happen to everybody. I don't care how much you pray. I don't care what you believe in. I don't care how tight your relationship is with God. I don't care if you talk to him every day and he talks back. You still may never see a miracle in your life. Blessings require footwork. So at the end of the day, all this shit is about work. It ain't no secret. It ain't none of that. It's what you gonna choose to do. And I just got tired of being, like I said, I used to be an angry person. I used to wake up mad at the fucking world like it owed me something. Like somebody owed me something. Mad because I felt like I was a waste of talent. Mad because I felt like I was a deadbeat dad. Mad because I felt like I wasn't a good son. Mad because I was like, oh, I should have did better with my career. Oh, how could I get locked up before? I was just mad at everything. And that shit started from a young age. You feel me? Like I got diagnosed with fucking like mild bipolar depression when I was like 16. But at some point in time, you gotta sit down, you gotta address your trauma, you gotta sit down, you gotta talk with your demons. Like that shit is what it is. Them demons don't go nowhere. So you can either be scared of them shits under your bed, or you could fuck around, sit down, have a tea party and talk shit out. And that's what I chose to do. It's like I said, nah, fuck this. Fuck all this. I refuse to let all past trauma. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of work to do. There's still therapy coming and shit like that. But regardless of any and all of that, I refuse to continue to let past trauma dictate what the fuck I'm doing now. And there's no way I can be the man that I need to be if I don't do something different now.
Right.
It's all a fucking choice. I don't care what you
Right.
do.
Well, that's good. I'm proud of you for choosing to do something different, cousin.
Yo, it's all.
Shout out to you.
It's a fucking choice.
Okay, so you also have content day every Sunday. It be every Sunday, y'all. I get an invite. So he's definitely consistent with that. Like, but I haven't been there yet. So can you tell the cousins like what can they expect when they come to content day? What's that all about?
All right, so whole time, it's funny that you mentioned that because the building that we were holding Content Sundays at, differences, blah, I ain't putting no blame on nobody, nothing, but it probably won't be there anymore. But prior to that happening, I had spoke with my homeboy Jay Prague and the people at Socialize Charlotte. They do Socialize Sundays, and they actually just moved from After 9 because the event got too big, and now they're Infinity Live, and we're actually about to do a collaboration event with them. So that's gonna be super dope. So it's gonna go from 7 to 2. Like the first 2 hours would be about the Content Sundays. So Content Sundays really is just, in this day and age, doesn't even matter if you're an artist, like if you're an artist, if you're a model, if you're a realtor, shit, you need headshots. Like you need content. And this gives you an opportunity to come get multiple types of content in one place, network with people of like-minded things, and find different opportunities all in one space. It's something that you get to do every week. So once you come out the first week, you're like, oh dang, I can shoot a video, do a mic drop, get some photos. All right, this week I can do this and that. Next week I'm gonna bring some people out with me, and like, oh shit, I met an engineer at the last one. Then you meet a daggone photographer at the next one, or you meet a model at something. Like the opportunities that we're building for networking are what's important here. Like we want to be able to bring out people of different levels in different industries that can network and intertwine. So that's the whole point of Content Sundays.
Okay. And with the photography side, because I've noticed like you do some kind of photography, or you have something going on with like Incision Media. Yeah,
Ascension Media and Marketing. That's my Brody Reese, one of my business partners. Yeah. He's a photographer and videographer. All of the photos that y'all see dealing with Content Sunday and being posted on my stories and stuff like that, that's all Reese.
Okay. You do photography yourself also?
I help when I have a camera. I shoot. I'm good. I always have ideas. I do more of the like staging, and I like to write up a script for things. But like I'm literally certified behind the camera and on the board and shit like that. So
Okay.
I just don't as much.
What about the editing? Do you do like the editing when they do their content?
I just don't as much. I do sometimes. I'm good at it, not great at it. You feel me? Reese is great at that shit. So I let Reese
let him have his lane.
Yeah.
I get it.
But it is something that I work on a lot with my own shit. Like I've edited a lot of my own stuff. I do a lot of my own flyers. I'm amazing at cover art. I do all my own cover art. I'm great at that shit.
Okay. Do you do cover art for other people?
I've done a couple things, but not in a while actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
Okay. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Goddess7, and this episode is sponsored by a couple different sponsors. So y'all already know I had to shout them all out. First of all, y'all, I gotta shout out Robinson Hustle 8. Cause guess what? They branding us over here. Y'all see these cute little glasses that I be drinking out of? Hold on, let me take a sip. Y'all see this? Y'all see this right here? Y'all see this cute little liquor ice bucket, whatever you want to call it? They made all of that. So if you're looking for some custom shit, make sure y'all go shop with Robinson Hustle 8. They customize all your needs. I can't forget about Q3 Designs and Things. They're also a sponsor of Cuzn's Tea Podcast, and they're a branded company for us. They made us these cute little shirts, y'all. Y'all like this shit? Y'all see this? Look, you need some custom shit for your business. Go shop with Q3 Designs and Things, because they're going to get y'all right. They're going to get y'all everything that y'all need. I also cannot forget about Gemini Hookah, because they keep me smoking good on every motherfucking episode, y'all. Y'all see this hookah? They sponsored that for us. They did some other sponsorship, but most importantly, y'all, they got them hookahs, and y'all know I love hookahs. Look, y'all, hold on. See that cloud? See how that smoke just come out real thick, real cute or whatever? You could be smoking like that too, y'all. Go shop with Gemini Hookah. They got these ice packs. They got these portable hookah tips. You can take this thing anywhere with you. And they got hookah candles, y'all. They got different shisha flavors. They can make you anything you want. So make sure y'all go shop with Gemini Hookah, y'all. Go get y'all hookah. Until next time, cousins. Bye. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about networking, because you do a lot of networking.
Yeah, let's talk about networking.
Yeah, like, how important is it for artists when it comes to like networking?
It's important enough that I'm getting ready to create my business just strictly based on networking. You feel me? Like, I know so many people in so many different areas, and I know so many people that are looking for different people that in those areas. And I do a lot of connecting people, and like everything's about monetizing this year. But to answer your question, networking is literally one of the most important things you can do. It's part of that being consistent thing. Like, you gotta be out there. You gotta be putting yourself out there. But like meeting the right person at the right time, there's no substitute for that. And the only way that happens is if you're networking. Like, you can't just expect to put your shit out there and post. And even if you're putting the money behind it in marketing and never putting yourself out there for shit to really happen, you have to be meeting people face to face. So networking and knowing people and people knowing you, and having a massive network means nothing if everybody thinks you're an asshole. Like, there will be people that still do business with you, but it will never be what it could be. Like, having a network and being a good, reliable person within that network is important. So networking is...
Did you start off networking, or is something you started doing over time?
It's something I've always done naturally. I'm a talker.
Right, because you was already a businessman. I forgot about that.
And even before that, like, I'm a talker. I'll talk to anybody. I'll talk to anybody, and I have no problem with anybody talking to me. You feel me? So it just grew. I started being more intentional about it, and like, when I'm out places, I have no problem talking to anybody in any room, and I've learned that there's always information to be gained, Like, being the smartest person in the room all the time is never a good thing. You gotta put yourself in places where there's stuff to learn. So networking is so important. Like, I've been networking my entire life. I didn't always know I was networking, but I've always been good at it. And then once I realized what it was, it's something I started doing intentionally. So, like, I have a massive network.
Right. Okay, I see that when it comes to you, like, I ain't gonna call it a community, but like, I would say, like, you're part of, like, you're a conscious person. You're a part of, like, the conscious community.
No,
Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a
that,
part of the conscious community. Like, have you always been tapped into your spiritual side?
You know what? Fuck it. We can go down the rabbit hole. Yeah. So, man, I have always felt like there was something more. Like, there was something bigger. Like, there was something right beyond what we could see. You know? And when people talk about being a star child and a star seed and all that shit, like, I'm that. I have seen UFO with my own 2 eyes. I don't care what nobody got to say about it. You feel me? We can
The UFOs, real now, they try to break it in the news. We been know y'all had UFOs out here. What did y'all talk about?
You feel me? So, like, I've always known that there is a bigger picture. I've always felt the connection that binds everybody and everything. I've always been on that, but it has over time developed into something more. It has over time me being aware, me being conscious of the things that happen around me and the things that I speak into existence and the things that happen when I will it to happen, like, be it consciously or subconsciously, playing around or being serious. Like, it's more than enough times that I can't continue to, I had to stop taking it as coincidence. And again, when you're being intentful about things, you start to learn things. So I have always had a spiritual connection. I don't really subscribe to religion, but I believe whatever makes other people a good person, like, I'm all for it. But nah, it's deeper than the surface, and I've always known it is. I've always felt it is, and I'm always stand on it. You feel me? I'm by no means ashamed or afraid to talk about it. I know people who like, oh, you crazy, da 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 da. All right.
Right. So when you say I'm a star child, can you? Because some cousins might not know what a star child is. Can you tell them what that is?
All right. So, star child, more or less, being that this shit that we're living in, and I'm gonna start off with facts, and we'll call it facts. But I mean, this is shit that government scientists, this shit is record. You feel me? That this shit that we're living in is very much a matrix. All right. So having said that, our DNA in itself is encoded, and there are blockers in our DNA. There are blockers into a lot of things that I'm not certified to get into. But what I do know is that there are enough connections between us and the universe to realize that everything is connected, everything is one. I don't believe that us as a species were able to have the type of quantum leap that we had evolution-wise as a species without some type of altering, but that's also another conversation. Star Child, basically, I just believe that I'm conscious of this being a vessel and this not being who or what I am. You feel me? I'm conscious of the soul, the spirit, the energy within this being who and what I am. And I'm also very conscious of my mission here and what I'm here to do. So, with that being said, Star Child is just somebody who understands and believes. I mean, it doesn't really matter what anybody else believes, but that you understand and believe that we are all of this is just fragments of a one, and most of us are here on a mission. So that's the whole point of life. Figure out what your mission is. So, but I'll go all day down that rabbit hole.
Okay, so like when it comes to consciousness, a lot of people who are conscious, they like believe in keeping their vibration high. So what's some things you do to help keep your vibration high?
Easy. I constantly look for reasons to be positive. I constantly look for reasons to be grateful. Um, the law of attraction is real, and that's just explained in science, spirituality, or religion. And like what you look for is what you'll find. So if you get hung up on the bad shit that's happening to you, and all you're focusing on is the bad shit that's happening to you, then all you're gonna see is the bad shit that's happening to you. But if you train yourself, because it really is, it's a retraining of your mind. We're brainwashed, and we have been for so long to think like that. When you retrain yourself to look for what's happening positively, to look for things to be grateful for in your life, then you start to change your brain. You start to change your neural pathways. You start to change your body. You start to change things that are happening around you, because now you're looking for good things that are happening, so they start to happen more. You're looking for things to be grateful for, so you start to find them more. So now you go from a place of being, oh my God, why is all this shit happening to me, to, all right, all this shit's happening, but damn, I got this going, and I got this going, you know what, I'm grateful for this today, so we gonna get through this shit. As opposed to be like, damn, all this shit's really sitting on me all heavy. So I am dangerously optimistic. So.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about hosting, because you
Yeah.
do some hosting too. Like, how long you been doing hosting?
I have been hosting like really consistently for maybe like the last 5 years. No, it's just like 2018. I started in 2018, and then the pandemic hit. So I used to host my own shit, IOE concert series. Shout out to Neil and Doc, the Hybrid Lounge. I wrote Doc out LA. He a comedian. He's killing shit now. And my sis Neil, like she is in corporate and she's killing shit, but she gonna be back out with her own venues and shit. But I used to host my own shit with Humbun, IOE concert series, and like that shit was, I mean, it was really good. Like we were doing things. We brought something that like nobody else was doing. Like my shit wasn't just a bunch of rappers or a bunch of singers. We brought an eclectic variety of artists. Like we had poets, we had rappers, we had singers. We had, like, it was always an amazing event. But then COVID happened, and there was no more live entertainment. And then 2023, 2024, shit just started coming back out. So maybe like the last year or two, I actually been hosting other people's events. I love it though. I love hosting.
What you like about it the most?
I like being in front of the camera. I like being the guy that everybody. I like. Some people be like, I just want the money. I don't want the fame. I want all that shit. I want it all. Slim, like bring the paparazzi. Like I'm way more Muhammad Ali than Kanye. You feel me? Like I'm a man of the people, and I'ma always be that. So I'ma always be able to walk around and be good. I don't care about cameras flashing in my face. I don't care about y'all my business. As long as don't nobody be intrusive on my family and shit like that. Let them live. Y'all can have all that shit with me.
But you like that shit though.
Yeah, hell yeah, y'all can have all that shit. I'm gonna get them so much of me, they not gonna worry about the people around. They can have all that.
Okay, so when it comes to hosting, curating events, dabbling a little bit into photography, but not much, and being an artist, like, out of all of those, which one do you enjoy the most?
Out of all of those, being an artist, but none of those are like with really my passion. All of those are a means to an end. Like the passion is the public speaking. Music. There is not a career on this planet other than Wall Street where you can make this kind of money this fast. You feel me? And Wall Street doesn't allow you access to this many people. Like you do this shit right, you get to a J. Cole, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne level, like you have access and influence over massive amounts of people. You have massive amounts of money, and very few people have done what should have been done about it. You feel me? And I get it. Don't nobody want a target on their back. It's a automatic, like if you decide to really, you got money and you got power and you got influence and you about to stand up for not just Black America but American people, they gonna try and kill you. It's a target on your back.
So you ready to take that sacrifice?
Yeah, fuck yeah, you gotta die anyway. What? You gotta fucking die anyway. You gotta die anyway.
Okay.
I will have, man, listen, y'all don't understand how far I have a really good heart. I have a massive heart of gold. I am a child of the Creator. I love all, but my ego, Slim, I'm trying to tell you, hell yeah, I'll take a bullet for my people. You're gonna put me in history books, Slim, but I'm gonna make a change first. I'm gonna do something first. I promise you that. I'm gonna set something in motion first. I promise you that. I promise. So yeah, am I willing to die for that? Fuck yeah. Like, why are you gonna die for something anyway? Niggas crashing out every day. I'd rather die for that than fucking one of these young niggas
Crash
crashing
out for a cause,
Like, yeah,
for positive
man.
cause.
You
Okay.
feel me, man? All right,
So
all right.
look, you definitely a dope artist. If you could tell the cousins to go listen to one of your songs right now, which one would it be and why?
I would tell you go listen to Too Good. Chris Gear featuring Prophasee, because I don't even have a whole lot of shit that's out on any streaming platforms right now because I took all my shit off. So having said that, we're going to segue into, over the next month or two, I will be bringing up ioeent.com, and that's where you can get all of my music. That's where you can get all of my videos. That's where you can see all of my interviews. That's where you can get all of my morning motivational videos. It's going to be 99 cents a month. When I put out a project, it's going to be donation based. You can pay me what you think that shit worth. Like 9 out of 10. Every now and then I put out a project, it's going to be a set price for like $5-10 bucks. But other than that, like, that is going to be all donation based. Send me what you want. We're going to have merch on the website. I'm going to have t-shirts. I'm going to have boxers, lingerie, sweatpants, hoodies. Like, we're going to have women's lines.
We got what you want.
Females, on God. I'm going to have everything on there. So you're going to be able to access everything IOE, everything intelligence over emotions. So, like, finding my shit on streaming platforms right now is going to be really hard. I got some shit on YouTube. I got a couple songs out. You can find a lot of my features coming out. That's going to be...
So when they go to the website, what song would you recommend?
Damn. What song would Humbug, what song would you recommend?
Oh, you call her that too? My husband called me that too. That must be an up north thing.
I would recommend Part-Time Gangster. Let's Start a Show.
It's their first time on my website and they have never heard my music.
I like Speak. I would go with Speak.
I think Speak would definitely, that was the one that I was gonna go with too. Like both of the songs she named, Part-Time Gangster and Star of the Show, like I love those songs and they're great performance songs and great songs. But Speak, it touches more on what's going on in our society right now, and it's more about, you know, what's going on in our culture. So I feel like as an artist, that's what I would send people to first. But go through the catalog is all I can say.
Right.
Like,
They all gonna be fine.
Go through the catalog.
They all fine. Okay, so we're gonna do Help Me Understand These Lyrics. So we're gonna go over some of your lyrics and you're gonna help the cousins understand.
All right, say less.
Okay. So let's talk about Southside Shelf.
All right. Yeah, that's one of the where I was just rapping. This was not me being an artist. This was me being a rapper. So I was just going crazy.
Okay, I like that song. Okay, he clarified that for y'all cousins. So definitely a super dope song. So the chorus says, I guess we cooking on the beat now. I guess we cooking on the beat now. Go tell them we can't turn the heat down. Go tell them we can't turn the heat down. We cooking. We cooking. We cooking.
We can't turn the heat down.
Right.
We cooking.
So when you say tell them we go turn the heat down,
yeah, no, we can't turn the heat down.
Tell them we
Listen,
can't turn the heat down.
We in the kitchen and we fucking cooking. everything that we do when we step in that fucking kitchen, when we step in that booth, when we step in that studio, we cooking, Slim. I don't put out no sauce, I don't put out no bullshit. All we doing is cooking.
You cooking over
like,
there.
damn, it's too hot in here. We'll get the fuck out the kitchen because we not turning the heat down. Tell them we can't turn the heat down.
When you say the no
knobs is
Jimmy
broken.
part, what that be? Because you be like,
so the song is called Jimmy Cooks.
Oh.
That I did. It's a Drake 21 Savage shit that I did. I did the beat and shit. It's called Jimmy Cooks. So we was cooking no Jimmy.
Oh, okay. You helped me understand that.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. So when the beat slow down, you switch up your flow and you say, I'm burning down any booth when I step in and you notice I'm laser focused. I came in with the magic, the hocus pocus. So Prophasee, laser focus, like what that shit look like, cousin?
Man, it looked like how I was snapping on that motherfucking beat the whole goddamn time. Like you gotta play that shit 3-4 times just to catch everything. Like when
you definitely do. That's why I ain't even write nothing down for the first verse, cause that shit was flowing hard. But like the speed, I don't know. I was like, fuck that. I ain't even finna let me write down the second verse of this shit.
Nah, so there are times when, all right, so like that really was just a foreshadowing of my writing process. There are times when shit just happens. Like I put the pen to the paper and it's a higher calling, it's a higher force. It is not me writing that shit. There are other times where like I got a beat, it has a name already, it has a concept, boom, we going, all right, we can knock that out. Then there are times like that shit Jimmy Cooks, like there was no concept. All I knew was I was about to show my ass, I was about to talk my shit. So in that point in time, like I had to lock in. Like now, all right, we gotta focus in. We gotta put this pen to this pad, and we really gotta lock in. Like bar for bar for bar for bar. That shit gotta be hard. Can't be no filler. Can't be no bullshit.
That shit was hard.
Yeah.
Bar for bar for bar for bar for real.
Yeah, like I don't be bullshitting. Like there's gonna come a time where they gonna go over my shit and they gonna listen to that shit and they gonna be like, yo, this nigga was really going crazy from day one. But until then, it's okay. I'm gonna let y'all be late.
Okay, it's okay. That time almost here though, cousin.
It's
almost
definitely
here.
is.
It's right here.
Definitely is.
Okay, so also in that song, you say, my brother told me I've been humble long enough and it's time to stop. Been helping others reach their dreams. Now it's my time to pop. Can you talk to the cousins about those bars?
Yeah. Shout out my brother 50, man. I lost him a couple years ago, and this is a dude that like genuinely had a good heart. You feel me? And it's, to the people that he loved, you feel me? Like we know, but at the same time, like this cat was mad fucking abrasive. Like he don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings, none of that. He ain't had no cut cards for nobody. So like one day he just told me, he was like, nigga, why the fuck is you always so humble when you rapping? He was like, nigga, you nasty at this shit. Talk your shit. Stop being a bitch. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, bruh, what? But like, as I got older, and that, like, it really, unfortunately, like for me and shit, and like it's fucked up. Like, but it really didn't set in until after I lost him and shit. And I understood like what he meant. It's like I was mad fucking humble. I was humble to a fault. And like the truth of the matter is, there's not a single great anything. There's nobody who's ever been great at anything that didn't have some semblance of an ego. And the fact that you have to have that has to be part of the driving force. Otherwise, you can't be the type of person that stands front and center, that stands in the limelight, that takes the brunt of the shit all the time. So, he was right though. Like there was no way for me to fully walk into who I'm supposed to be and still be humble. And if you look up the word humble, the whole time we've always used that word wrong. Humble is a horrible thing to be. Modest is fine, but humble isn't. And you know, I'm not gonna tell y'all the definition because I'm gonna inspire y'all to read. So go look up the fucking definition.
Why you think you was humble for so long?
I was humble for so long because I didn't understand what being humble meant. And then once I did, I was overly modest because, like most people, I DNA trauma is a real thing, and when you spend 400 years teaching the people not to shine, you know, their descendants have a problem with letting their light really shine. And I was one of those people. I was always one of the smartest kids in my class. I was always one of the smartest people around people I knew. I was always one of the most gifted athletes. I was always, everything I've ever tried, I've been good at. And instead of embracing and accepting that in a way that kind of encouraged other people to do the same, I kind of shied away from that shit because I felt like it would make other people feel bad. You feel me? I felt like it would make the people around me feel less than they are because I'm so good at everything, when in actuality the people around me encouraged me to be what the fuck I was supposed to be. Like the people that really cared about me was like, nah, like what are you doing? Why are you shying away from? So like that shit, like our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate, is that we like that shit is real. Like our greatest fear is not inadequacy, it's being, who am I to be that fucking great?
Right.
You feel me? But I had to get over that because I had to realize, like, number one, why not me? Number two, if I don't, who will? And then number three, I don't subscribe to religion, but there's a lot that I believe in, and I do believe that, like, our creator has taken less worthy and made more of them. So as long as what I'm doing, as long as my mission is in alignment with the creator that I serve and I walk in light and love, then why not me? You know?
Okay. So what can the Cuzns be expected from you this year? Because the year just started. So what can the Cuzns expect 2025?
Y'all can be expecting the website coming. Y'all can be expecting a lot more interviews, me on both sides of the microphone. Y'all can be expecting a lot more music. But really, and it probably won't come into fruition until next year, but like the biggest things that y'all can be expecting is like me working on getting this funding and getting these festivals going. And like I'm working on getting major events happening here in Charlotte. Like ever since we lost CIAA, like shit is just like there's no major thing happening here for us and shit. So I want to bring back that major event that highlights our culture, like, and highlights the culture here in Charlotte. You feel me? People like, oh, Charlotte ain't got no culture. That's really not true at all, actually. You just got, dig a little deeper than the surface. So there's the art here in Charlotte is amazing. So be looking forward to me helping to cultivate and build more for not just myself, but other artists as well.
Okay. And this is my signature question I ask every guest. What's your why? Like, I do this because...
My why is, for better or for worse, like, I love all of y'all. And damn if I'm not here to do my part in trying to save those that I can. I am not, by no means do I ever think or compare myself to my dear brother Yeshua. His job, Jesus' job was to save them all. I'm here to save those that listen. That's
not your job, cuz. Okay, I get it.
That's Big Brody job, baby.
Right.
I'm here to save those that listen. You feel
staying
me?
in your lane.
Listen, I'm willing to die for mine. I ain't willing to go on the cross for that. Like that's bigger than me. I'll take a bullet for it. A cross is crazy.
Okay.
But my why is because we're lost. We're lost, and I really honestly believe that it's really not that hard to get our way back. I feel like, especially you can feel it. Everybody, we want to find our way back. We want to find our way back to each other. You can feel the energy. You can feel people trying, and it's just, it feels like a village of a whole bunch of villagers and no chief. And for whatever people ever want to say about leadership and society needs leadership. People need somebody that can be like, yo, this is the direction like we need to be heading in as a collective.
Right.
I see this is where y'all want to go. Let me show y'all how we can get there. Because that's what we're missing is the how. It's the how can we get here. Everybody wants to do something, but nobody knows how.
Right.
And I feel like that's my why, is to be the how.
Okay, I like this.
That was the first time I thought about that.
Before we get up out of here, Prophasee, let the cousins know where they can find you at.
You can find me everywhere, on everything. Prophasee. I prefer a capital S because for whatever reason, a lot of people still say Prophase, and it's 2 E's, but I get it. But it's Prophasee, so it's Propha capital SEE everywhere.
And y'all already know who I am. It's your girl, Goddess 7. Excuse me, cousins. Y'all know y'all can find me right here every week. Until next time, cousins, bye.
Yo, it's your boy, it's your guy, it's your homie, it's your cuzzo, it's your brother, the one and only Prophasee, Mr. Third Eye Things, Mr. One Step at a Time, Mr. Don't Nobody Else Believe in You, I Believe in You. Yeah, it's your guy Prophasee here on Cuzn T Podcast. And yo, when I tell you this is probably the best interview I've ever had, like, I love it. Like, I might not even be interviewing y'all no more. All I want to do is go be interviewed, damn it. So make sure y'all go follow me, Prophasee everywhere. I was playing. I'm gonna still be doing my interviews, but damn, this was an amazing interview. And if you haven't been on Cuzn T Podcast and you need an interview, like, I need for you to reach out immediately. Please, we out of here.